Think you can still recognize these music legends? Let's find out. You'll get a recent photo of a legendary artist in just 5 seconds to guess who it is. Then we'll reveal them during their prime in a classic music video or photo throwback. Grab a pen, keep your score, and let us know how you did in the comments. Let's jump in. Slash, the signature top hat rocker, whose Gibson Les Paul has delivered some of rock's most legendary riffs. Born Saul Hudson in England, he got his nickname from actor Seymour Cassel because he was always in a hurry. Slash is 59 this year. That rap breakthrough artist, Vanilla Ice, who brought hip-hop to the suburbs with Ice Ice Baby. Despite the controversy, he was the first rapper to top the Billboard Hot 100, paving the way for rap's mainstream success. He turns 57 in 2025. That legendary voice from The Who belongs to Roger Daltrey, who perfected the microphone swing that became his trademark. He's acted in over 30 films, but says nothing compares to the rush of performing Won't Get Fooled Again live. He is 81 in 2025. That smooth pop crooner, Engelbert Humperdinck, born Arnold George Dorsey, who chose his stage name from a 19th century German composer. His romantic ballads made him Elvis's biggest rival in Las Vegas. He is 89 now in 2025. Are you keeping score? That clean-cut sensation Chubby Checker, who didn't just sing about the twist, he started a dance revolution. His real name is Ernest Evans, and he's the only artist to have 5 albums in the top 12 simultaneously. He is 83 in 2025. Rock poet Bob Seger, Detroit's favorite son, who spent years playing small clubs before night moves, made him a star. His raspy voice and blue-collar lyrics captured the American heartland like few others could. He's 80 this year. Recognize that one? That's Jackson Browne, whose confessional songwriting influenced everyone from the Eagles to Bruce Springsteen. He wrote Take It Easy for the Eagles and has been an environmental activist since the 1970s. He will turn 76 in 2025. Fleetwood Mac's guitar wizard Lindsey Buckingham, who created some of rock's most innovative sounds using just his fingers, no pick needed. His complex relationship with Stevie Nicks fueled some of the band's greatest songs. He is 75 this year. That's 80s synth-pop hitmaker Howard Jones, who brought philosophy to the dance floor with hits like Things Can Only Get Better. He was one of the first artists to use synthesizers as lead instruments in pop music. He is 70 in 2025. The voice behind You're So Vain, that's Carly Simon, who kept the world guessing for decades about who that song was really about. She finally revealed it was about 3 different men, including Warren Beatty, but won't say who the others are. She is 82. That guitar icon is Peter Frampton, whose talk box effect on Show Me the Way revolutionized rock guitar. His live album Frampton Comes Alive stayed on the charts for 97 weeks, becoming one of the best-selling live albums ever. He's 75 years old in 2025. Psychedelic icon Grace Slick, the voice that told a generation to feed their heads. She was one of the first female rock stars to achieve iconic status and once tried to slip something funky into President Nixon's tea at a White House party. She is 85. Did you recognize her? That powerhouse lead from Foreigner, Lou Gramm, whose voice defined arena rock in the 80s. He co-wrote most of Foreigner's hits, and his vocal range could shatter glass and hearts in equal measure. He is 70 in 2025. That's John Fogerty, the former frontman for Creedence Clearwater Revival, who wrote more classic rock anthems than artists twice his age. He famously couldn't play his own songs for decades due to legal battles, but never stopped creating. He's 80 in 2025. The soulful keyboard icon Kenny Loggins, who became the unofficial king of movie soundtracks. From Footloose to Danger Zone, his songs defined 80s cinema and made him synonymous with feel-good hits. He turned 77 this year. Funk icon Shaka Khan, the queen of funk, whose 10-octave range has influenced every R&B singer since. She's won 10 Grammys, and her version of I Feel For You introduced rap to mainstream R&B. She hit 72 in 2025. That heart guitarist's look belongs to Nancy Wilson, who shattered the glass ceiling with her Fender Stratocaster. She and her sister Ann proved that women could rock just as hard as any male band. Nancy turned 71 this year. Rock pioneer Joan Jett, who proved girls could rock just as hard when record labels said otherwise. She started her own label, Blackheart Records, after being rejected 23 times and went on to sell millions. She turned 67 in 2025. Did you recognize folk poetry in motion? That's Joanie Mitchell, whose innovative guitar tunings and confessional lyrics changed songwriting forever. Bob Dylan called her the best living songwriter, and she painted all her own album covers. She is 81 in 2025. That is David Lee Roth from Van Halen, whose acrobatic stage presence and martial arts kicks defined rock showmanship. He's also a trained EMT and worked as a paramedic in New York after leaving Van Halen. He is 70 in 2025. Bret Michaels, remember Poison? The bandana-wearing frontman who proved glam metal could have staying power. He's survived a brain hemorrhage and continues to rock, also becoming a reality TV star. He's celebrating 62 in 2025. Here's Angus Young, AC/DC's schoolboy uniformed guitar powerhouse, who still duck walks across stages worldwide. He's never performed without his uniform, owning multiple versions in different sizes as he's aged. He's 70 years young in 2025. You might recognize that gentle voice, James Taylor, whose Fire and Rain captured a generation's melancholy. He's been inducted into both the Rock and Roll and Songwriters Halls of Fame. He's 77 in 2025. How is your score so far? and Michelle Phillips from the Mamas and the Papas, the last surviving member of the group that defined California dreaming. She later became a successful actress and has stories about everyone from Dennis Hopper to Warren Beatty. She turns 81 in 2025. Legendary rocker Rod Stewart, whose raspy voice has spanned 6 decades of hits. He's sold over 250 million records and still plays soccer before every concert to stay in shape. He hits 80 in 2025. That warm, soulful baritone belongs to Neil Diamond, who wrote Sweet Caroline in just 1 hour after being inspired by a photo of Caroline Kennedy. His songs have been covered by everyone from Elvis to UB40, making him one of the best-selling artists of all time. He is 84 in 2025. Motown icon Patti LaBelle, whose voice can make angels weep and whose sweet potato pies sell out nationwide. She hit her first R&B #1 at age 18 and hasn't stopped since. She turns 81 in 2025. One of the founders of Genesis, Peter Gabriel, pioneered world music fusion and music videos as art. His Sledgehammer video won 9 MTV awards and remains one of the most played videos ever. Peter is 75 in 2025. Pop powerhouse Paula Abdul, who went from Lakers cheerleader to choreographing Janet Jackson to becoming a pop star herself. Her Opposites Attract video with MC Scat Cat defined early 90s MTV. She turned 63 this year. Beatles' own Ringo Starr, born Richard Starkey, who proved drumming was about feel, not just technique. He's acted in over 20 films, and his peace and love greeting has become his trademark. He is 85 in 2025. Carlos Santana, the legendary guitarist whose fusion of rock and Latin music created a whole new genre. His performance at Woodstock while on mescaline became the stuff of legend. He is turning 78 in 2025. That's Iggy Pop, the godfather of punk who invented stage diving and still performs shirtless at 78. His contortionist moves and raw energy influence everyone from David Bowie to Henry Rollins. He is 78 this year. U2's frontman Bono, born Paul Hewson, whose activism is as famous as his music. He's been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize and always performs in his signature tinted glasses due to glaucoma. He's 65 in 2025. Mel B, also known as Scary Spice of the Spice Girls, who brought Lead's attitude to girl power. She's now a successful TV host and the only Spice Girl to maintain her exact 90s hairstyle. She is 50 this year. Here's Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones, still strutting at 82, with the energy of someone half his age. He studied at the London School of Economics before choosing rock and roll over finance. He turns 82 years old in 2025. Legendary guitarist Pete Townsen from The Who, who invented the windmill guitar technique in rock opera. He's partially deaf from years of loud performances, but still creates new music. He is 80 this year. Graham Nash, known from Crosby, Stills, and Nash, who left the Hollies at their peak to pursue more meaningful music. He's also an accomplished photographer and has published several books. He is turning 83 in 2025. So how many stars did you recognize? Drop your score in the comments. We'd love to know if any of these transformations surprise you. If you enjoyed the challenge, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow music fans.